Welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is when you're watching this video. I am currently in the process of packing up my book collection. So if you haven't watched my first video, my previous video, go and check that out. I'm moving. I'm storing them in these plastic bins. So in these two bins, I have all of my special edition books, signed books, and then I have this whole entire other bookshelf over here of books that I need to go through. I definitely did not think I had as many books as I do. I was a clown and thought that I could fit my entire book collection in just two of these plastic bins. For selling books that I don't want to keep, I am posting them on Mercari, and for the most part, things that I post there sell within a couple of days. So if you are also in the process of moving, or you just want to sell books that you no longer want, I definitely recommend Mercari. It's super easy. Get yourself one of these little scales so you can weigh them for shipping purposes. You can go and make a shipping label yourself, like through a third-party thing. But I just find it a lot easier to just have Mercari take care of creating the shipping label. So yeah, I just weigh it and then I pick whichever, you know, UPS, FedEx, whatever is the cheapest really, that's what I pick. And I have whoever the buyer is pay for the shipping. Some of the books that I have listed, I just listed this, Deceased, Once and Future, volumes 1 and 2, Essex County by Jeff Lemire, House of X, Powers of X, Hickman. I have tried to read this stuff multiple times and I just can't stick to it. There's just too much to invest in, you know? So anyway, I can also read all of this online. So I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell this Batman Damned by Azzarello. I'm gonna sell this collection of Lady Killer. It's February 12th and it's 90 degrees. What the f? I'm going to try a new strategy for packing my books, because in here, when I did these two, I packed them, stacking them like this. So I'm wondering if I can stack my books like this, you know, and then stack on top like that. Maybe I can fit more books into this bin. I don't know, let's try it. Let's see what happens. So many more books. Okay, I have to redo this because, I mean, yes, this weighs a ton, but I can fit more books in it this way. BRB, I'm gonna reshuffle and see if I can fit more books in these two containers. Okay, this one is maxed out. And look, we made a little bit of room. A little bit. Over here is my cat's Edward. My cat, he is wearing a little cone of shame because he had a little medical emergency. My cat, he got a urinary blockage, which if you have a male cat, this is something that's incredibly common that they can get. And basically, he couldn't pee. And if your cat, if he can't pee for longer than 24 hours, it can turn deadly. And so, yeah, I had to rush my cat to an emergency vet clinic, and he was in the hospital for 4 days. And so it's making us think about our whole moving situation. We decided to push it back a month. So we were originally going to leave April 1st. Now we're looking at May, possibly even pushing it further back, just so he has enough time to heal. So he is not allowed to be licking his lower region, which is why he is wearing a cone. The vet office gave him a plastic cone, but I felt like he was rubbing that plastic, the edge of that plastic was really rough, and he was rubbing it on himself. And so I just thought maybe getting him something like this that's softer would be a little gentler. He's on some medications, so he's not in pain right now, but we did have a little episode today. We actually had to rush him back to the emergency veterinary clinic. They rechecked him and he's okay. He just wasn't reacting to the pain medication, so he was in pain and stuff. So he's got some new medication and hopefully he'll feel better in the next couple of days. Yeah, just a lot of stuff has been going on with my cat, which is why I have been absent. Granted, the last video I posted was like 2 weeks ago, so it hasn't really been that long. But yeah, I was really hoping that I was going to have a lot of books read by now, because I'm in the process of trying to read all the books that I currently haven't read, my unread books, so I can try and unhaul some of that stuff. Come here, bud. I'm in the process of reading like 2 or 3 different books. So I'm currently reading Lady Midnight, is that what it is? One of the Shadowhunter books. I'm reading that, I'm in the middle of that. I'm in the middle of the second Crescent City book. So I'm slowly reading. In case you're wondering what else I've been doing other than dealing with the issues with my cat. I've started watching a bunch of Korean shows. And so I just recently watched one that's about space. What's it called? It's like The Silent Sea, I think that's what it's called. It has one of the actors from Squid Game in it. It's about these scientists who go to the moon because there's like a moon base there or whatever, and there's this sample that they need to collect and bring it back to Earth, because in this world, the entire world is out of water, out of fresh water, and so there's this lunar water that they have discovered on the moon, and so they need to bring a sample of that back to Earth. There's a lot of craziness that goes on at the space station once all these astronauts get there. The lunar water is not as great as they thought it was. Lots of secrets, stuff like that, some murder. So super great show, would recommend. I'm currently in the process of watching Mr. Sunshine. This takes place in, I want to say, the late 1800s in Korea, and this guy, he was a slave as a child, and his mother sacrificed her life for him, and he ends up escaping to America, and he ends up being a soldier in America, and then he gets sent on a mission back to Korea, back to the little village or area where he's from, and there's these resistance people, and he meets this girl, and I think they're supposed to fall in love. I think that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm only 5 episodes in, and they haven't fallen in love yet, but I'm sensing some vibes. But anyway, yeah, it's a historical period piece, and I'm really liking it so far, but it's got some really dark moments in it, really just emotional moments. So if you are into Korean shows, drop a comment down below. Let me know which other ones I should be watching. I look like Cindy Lou Who, but anyway, editing Abby here, and I just wanted to throw in there that you should also watch All of Us Are Dead, and that is a Korean show about a zombie apocalypse that breaks out in a high school. So it focuses on a group of kids, and they're trying to make it out alive. It is now the next day, and Mister seems to be feeling a little better. His appetite isn't 100% back. He likes treats though, just doesn't want to eat the prescription food that he's supposed to be eating, huh? He still has to wear his cone intermittently though, because he keeps trying to lick himself where he's not supposed to, but we give him a break every now and then so he can nap and, yeah, take a little break from the cone, huh? Last night, I actually ended up having to throw away a couple of graphic novels because one thing I have learned through this entire urinary blockage thing with my cat is that if they experience pain in their litter box, they're not going to want to use that litter box. So we bought him a whole new litter box. So the stench of the old litter box was nowhere to be found. But he's still having issues with wanting to urinate on soft things or things that are more comforting. So last night I had a pile of books that I was planning on selling, and I had a pair of pants that were laying on top of the pile of books, and he peed on the pants and it went through onto the books. So I had to throw those books away. He is using the new box, but I think he's just struggling to get to the box in time. He's hanging out in a box right now.
Is that your box?
Yeah. But yeah, this is the mess that I have to deal with right now. So it has been a few hours. Here's the progress that I've made. It's so much cleaner. The floor doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff all over it. Ted has been napping all day and he's been such a good boy. He hasn't peed outside of his box today. So things are looking up, huh? Yeah. Please excuse my hair. He has a follow-up appointment in a couple of weeks with a new primary vet, and they specialize in cats. That's all they do, is they treat cats. So he has an appointment with them to do a general health wellness check to make sure he doesn't have any other underlying conditions. Obviously, if his wellness check doesn't go well and he has some stuff that will affect us moving, and you know, we're not going to do this if it affects his health and stuff. So he always comes first. So, but he's doing so much better. He looks a lot better. He's acting more like himself again. So I think he's on the mend. I think he's doing okay. Knock on wood that we don't have any other issues. It is just past 3 p.m. I am going to go and drop off this bag of books that I have, that I'm going to take to the little free library that is down the street from my house, get rid of some stuff, unhaul, and that'll be it for today. Just make sure you subscribe. I'm sorry that this video is like kind of chatty. It's not really a vlog, it's just talking, but yeah, my YouTube channel, it's a video journal, and this is my life, and I want to keep it real, and this is what's going on. So thank you for I think I have 26 subscribers now at this point. So thank you all so much who have been watching my stuff. And if you're new here and this is your first video, weird, but I hope you'll subscribe and like and stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.